Welcome to TLC for the Soul podcast, where soul meets spirit. You have entered into sacred space. I'm your host, TAMI Chambers, and I'm here to help you shine. Now let's get going on this podcast journey. Hello, friends. Hello, and welcome to this reading / pick a card reading for, I don't know, which just timeless for any time, although I am recording it on the weekend of the 12/12 gateway. And the overall topic of this reading came up in the cards this morning, that big changes are coming our way. But what are these big changes? Are they things that we're aware of? Are they things that have been hidden from us, or some strange combination of the two? We are going to play with the cards today and find out a little bit more. So before I do all that, I'm going to wrap us all in love light and light love, and invite in the guides who overlight this show: Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, the Pleiadians, to join us in this session. And you guys know I always forget something. So while you're looking at the board, everything on the board, or anything on the board, could have a potential meaning for you. Things are purposely placed there. So if something catches your eye, then that's a message meant for you. We've got dragon energy, we've got owls, we've got a robin, like new beginnings. What else did I see? They had me add a white heron feather. There's Fae energy. There's stone people showing up. All sorts of stuff. And of course, the star of the show. Get myself. Oh, and is that a spider? No, it's something else. There's a little like fairy energy. So the other thing we'll be doing is premiering. Well, I already premiered it once before, but the main star of the show today is the new deck, my new deck, Pleiadian Power Oracle. So we'll be drawing from that. We'll be using Shamans drum, Happy Cloud, and my hand-drawn deck. Let me see if this is on the top. Yeah, this is the card that showed up this morning, Thunder Beings. When the sky rattles and the earth shakes, it's time to regroup. Big change is, come on, focus. Big change is coming your way. So let's put that up as like the overall theme. Okay, yesterday here, it was 80 degrees. And right now it's 45 degrees. Or it's gonna be 45 degrees. It's so cold. And it's right before the holidays and all that good stuff. So here's what we're going to do with this reading. We're going to draw cards for everybody, okay, like a general reading for everybody watching. And then I'm going to split into 3 piles, and then you can pick a pile. So it's kind of like there's 2 parts to your reading. You want to watch the general. If you want to, you can do whatever you want, but watch the general and then pick a pile and watch like special messages just for you. So without further ado, I had to put on arm warmers. I'm so cold. Okay, so let's just get some cards going. So what are these big changes that are coming? Are they things we know about? Are they things we don't know about? Are they a combination of some sort? And what area of our lives is most being affected? And you know, I do stay abreast of like all the astrology stuff going on. So there are some very big astrological things happening this month. There's always some big astrological things happening, but there's a lot going on in the astrology to support big changes. So let's see what the Pleiadians want to share with us about big changes. I always talk about my favorite shufflers, and I think one of my favorite shufflers is Kino. I think I've mentioned this before, Kino. Somehow she shuffles. Her hands aren't necessarily always on camera, but the cards just like shoot out all the time. Mine just do not. Okay, sometimes they end up in my hand. Here's one. Butterfly Fairy spreads love and joy through the solar plexus. So, changes. All right, there's the absolutely horrible glare on the cards. Let's see if we can remedy that. Nope, it's just the window. Interesting. Ew, yuck, I don't like that. It does take the glare away. Okay, we'll work with that. Changes. Bringing us more into our power, maybe? Could that be a thing? You know I never do things like everybody else. So if you guys stick with me. I don't want my readings to just be the same old like everybody else. Okay, I'm going to get us one more. Please. Holy crap. I'm going to get us one more Pleiadian power deck. Card, whatever. I want 2 cards. I want this one. We bring more joy and childlike wonder into your life. A Pleiadian Pick Me Up card. So, overall, the changes that are coming are going to spread love and joy through the solar plexus. And now that is a little bit of the perfectionist in me. It spreads love and joy through the solar plexus. Look twice. Love and joy through the solar plexus, and we bring more joy and childlike wonder into your life. So these changes that are coming seem very fortuitous, seem very fun. Let's do some happy cloud and kind of add to that. I'm shuffling off camera now. Okay, the card I got was Stay, Time to Retreat. We do have the winter solstice coming up here, at least in the north. Now I know we have listeners all over the globe. And then we got Care, tell someone you love them, and all right, everything is fine. So this is usually like my self-care card. And everything is fine is kind of like, okay, don't freak out. There's no like bad changes. Like there's nothing bad coming. Because I think like, where did it go? I think thunder beings, like it could be a little scary. Like, right? A big scary lightning storm. When the sky rattles and the earth shakes, it's time to regroup. Big changes coming your way. But the guides are saying, well, no, they're good changes. They're not like scary tower moments. They're like good tower moments. But they did say tower moments, right? Not just like a little change. To me, sometimes to me, just my own personal opinion, I think we use the major arcana like a little bit too frequently. The major arcana of the tarot. I feel like it's more for like major, like bigger things going on than like everyday. I just don't feel like they're everyday cards. I feel like they should be used you know, like at solstices and the cross quarter, like when the wheel turns and the pagan wheel of the year, and maybe at the moon phases, you know, like the new and full. So I just That's probably why I created a deck that's all just major arcana. Anyway, I don't know. That's beside the point. Now I'm rambling. Everything is fine. Tell someone you love them. And then let's draw a couple. We're just going to use my hand-drawn deck to add to this. And then, you know, guys like to lay them all out and then just build the story. So we got F, fire, desire, passion, burn, sacral, no pain, and no gain. So I do get the sense then that all these changes that are coming are things that you're entirely aware of. The guides are saying, but you've either kind of forgotten about them, or you were under the impression or under the false reasoning of doubt that these things just weren't possible for you. And so you kind of gave up on them. So we got two more cards that want to come out, which is one of my favorite ones. Relief is being offered. Do you accept it? And you can do anything. Now get going. So these are things you want to manifest in your life. They're not secrets or anything like that's going to sneak up out of the blue and take you by surprise. They're things you've been working on that you're well aware of, but you may have set them aside because of self-doubt or self-sabotage or low self-worth feelings or whatever. And you may have thought like maybe that these things weren't meant for you. And the guides are saying that's very far from the truth. The real truth, the spiritual truth is that you need to get moving on these things. So they're stepping in and they're saying, you know, everything's fine with your manifestation. Like, it didn't go anywhere just because you stopped believing in it, unless you like purposely said you don't want it anymore and you kind of like deleted the intention or whatever you wanted, you know, kind of said, I don't want that anymore. Then of course the universe isn't going to bring it to you. But a lot of these seeds you planted way back when, and some recently so, are still out there. Like, they're just waiting to be germinated again, waiting for you to focus and spend some time on them. And they can't manifest into physical reality unless somebody does something. Someone has to take action. So if it's a relationship you're expecting or working on, you know, one or two parties has to do something. You can't just both not do anything. If it's like career moves or health concerns or projects you've been wanting to do, like, none of that's going to happen unless somebody takes action. And it sounds like in this case, the somebody has to be you. You have to do something, hence the fire coming up, the sacral chakra, that's passion, no pain, no gain. You have to do something to make these things happen, to bring them into physical form. But what you're being asked to do is, your guides want to show you a better and easier and more simplified strategic way of bringing these things about. I've been studying a lot with the Tao Te Ching and just reading Wayne Dyer's version of it, because he's one of my guides that really helps me with my creative work. And going with the flow in the Tao and Taoism is a big thing. And flowing, but going with the flow doesn't mean like not doing anything. It just means flowing. It's a more simplified way of doing things, and releasing a lot of the need to push into things. So it is like a balance of fire and a balance of flow. So it is a water. Taoism is mainly a water path, like a flowing intuition, kind of emotional path of way of being. But you can't just have all water. You have to have some fire. The creative process has to be both masculine and feminine. But a lot of that happens on the feminine side of things, like allowing and going with the flow. And then you get the burst of passion or creative inspiration or call to action to do something. But there are ways to do these things that you want to do more like effortlessly. I mean, yes, you have to put some action into them, but there's a way to make it easier on yourself. And they're saying there's a big misconception that it's this no pain, no gain is kind of like in parentheses or whatever. And it's kind of like, that's not necessarily true. It doesn't have to be painful and it doesn't have to be hard. And I know many people who are like, if it's not causing me pain, if I'm not rushing through it, if I'm not killing myself to get it done, then it doesn't, that they don't know any other way. That's kind of the old ways of the Piscean age falling away, the new ways of the Aquarian age coming in, and us just learning how to even flow into that and letting yourself know that it's okay, that things can come easily to you, and things can be done easily and still be successful. So if you allow for that way of thinking, which is just one way of thinking and being and doing with many others, but if you allow for that, if that like piques your interest, then your guides are saying, they're here to offer some relief. You have to spend a little bit of time going within and listening to what they're telling you. And I have to say that I don't think everyone's hearing their guides correctly sometimes. I shouldn't say that because it's each person's interpretation and everything is a learning experience. But I would question sometimes some of the things that you're hearing that are being like your guides telling you to do something that just doesn't, like when you practically, logically think about it, is probably more coming from your ego mind or your mental body, out of some fear or some underlying old belief system that needs to be cleared. So I think that's where they want us to go in the pick a card, is like, what is in your blind spot? Like, what aren't you hearing maybe correctly, or what aren't you questioning? Because just because a guide tells you something in the 5D in your intuition or whatever doesn't mean you blindly follow everything that they say. If you get guidance on something and you're like, okay, yeah, a guide is telling me that. Okay, great. Somebody from the spirit world is telling me something. Woohoo. Thank you. I thank all the guidance I get. But I always use my divine mind. God gave us our brain too. I always use my divine mind to vet that. Does that even sound like, why would I do that? Because I'm hearing some of these things and I'm like, I don't think a guide would say that to you. So I think before you can get really, and I'm not the only one that says this, but before you can get really good, clear, intuitive guidance, you've got to clear a lot of the mental and emotional blocks you might have through energy work. And until then, there's always going to be a mishmash of intuitive guidance mixed in with limiting thoughts and beliefs that could be clouding the way forward. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and pick up the cards and we're going to shuffle out into 3 piles. If you want to stick with me for the shuffling process, I think some people like to see with the cards going down on the thing and before you pick, and I don't even know. Do we have objects to put on these cards? Maybe we do. All right, so let's get some cards. We're going to have 3 piles, so let's get cards for pile, all these want to come out for pile 1. Pile 2 gets these, and pile 3 gets these. We'll put some Shamans drum on top. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, some happy cloud. Yeah, let's do that. 1, 2, 3. Can you even see them all? Yeah. One happy cloud wants to go up. Oh, I'm looking at them. I'm already ready to flip them over and start reading them. All right, and these will be the markers, whatever shows up here. So you got an E for pile 1. You got all of these? Sow? Like, like a pig? Like, so? For pile 2 and pile 3 got an R and an O. Or maybe? I don't know. All right. Eeyore. Did I get everybody? All right, so pick your cards. Pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. All right, here we go. I'm going to start with pile 1. Hello, pile 1s. You picked the pile with the E on top. This is all about, you should have heard the general reading at the beginning of this, and I'm definitely not going to repeat it all in every single pile. So if you missed it, you need to go back and listen to it first. But this is what are you missing in adjunct to all that information that came out in the general reading. So let's see, with the E, this is things, so just to be clear, so this is things in the blind spot or things that you're missing on the way to manifesting your desires and these big changes coming your way. So we lay them all out first is how we do it here. So root, so we have the earthing, root, ground, solar rays, and inner fire. Our 2 happy cloud cards are aloha. So this is like the aloha spirit, kindness, unity. Hold on. Kindness, unity, humility, and patience. Patience, probably that. Expand, you are upgrading. You got woman, so this is like divine feminine energy. Sister, teacher, she who loves, and me. Could be any or, you could be any or all of those. Now let me make a little diagram. And from Pleiadian power, you got 3. You got Cassie, the heart fairy. When you know where your heart is, when you feel the magic within, then all is right in your world. And you got meditation walk. Take a deep breath. Now go outside and enjoy the natural world. Green healing. And you got your consciousness is expanding. So what are you missing? What are you missing? How can things be easier and flow more? So yeah, this is an upgrade. Hence they have me put the woman card at the top. This is an upgrade to the divine feminine. Doesn't matter your gender. Your divine feminine is getting a big upgrade right now. And it's moving down. It comes from source, or comes from, they're saying in this case, like even outer galaxies and planets and stuff, helping with this upgrading energy of the divine feminine. It's moving down. It has to be grounded and rooted within. It comes through Solaris, our sun, comes down through Gaia, and then you as a light being of light body, has to ground into your light body, and then you help ground it into Gaia. And so for you, at the same time that you're trying to manifest a bunch of stuff in your life, you're going through like a major chakra upgrade. And it's in the cards more than once, with the expand card and with the your consciousness is expanding cards. So you've got it twice. So you're feeling the feels, your body may be a little bit out of whack, like you may feel a little jangly. It's very hard to explain. It's obviously different for everyone, but for me it feels very electrical. like the nervous system, like the parasympathetic nervous system or something is getting a reboot, they're saying. So at the same time that you're trying to do fire and desire and passion and get your stuff taken care of, and in the general reading, the guides did say, you know, there is an easier, simpler way. And for you right now, you need that easier, simpler way because your physical body and your chakras and all that, all these upgrades are affecting you in terms of your energy levels. You may be feeling more tired than normal. You may be feeling, you know, nervous or anxious. If your nervous system's getting an upgrade, it kind of like it shakes everything up. But because you know that, like, you don't have to freak out about it, is what this card is saying. Like, when you know where your heart is, when you feel the magic within, all is right in your world. The guides have said everything's fine. And for you, they're saying, you know, you can or not. Like, some of you may feel like, I have to run to a healthcare practitioner to figure out what's going on with me because I feel weird in my body right now. And it's like, you can, of course, you can always do that. And you should. If you feel like you should, then you should. But chances are they're going to be like, everything's fine. We can't find anything wrong. And then you're going to be like, oh. And then you're going to be like, okay, I just have to like breathe and work through this. And if you've been through these upgrades enough, you know the difference between like, oh, I need to run and see my healthcare practitioner, and oh no, that's another upgrade. Thanks. My light body's upgrading again. And you just kind of have to have patience with yourself. Get yourself around green healing and have patience with the process. Man, I wish I could go to Maui or Hawaii right now and play in the Aloha spirit, but I can't. But anyway, I would love to go do that. But anyway, or get out, you know, by water or I love it because I did listen to a reading by Kino Tara the other day, and she's like, you know, people are always telling in readings and healers are always, energy workers are always telling people to get off their devices and get outside in nature. And she's like, if you've had a really crappy day and you just want to pick up your phone and surf the social media for 10 minutes, then, you know, if that's what makes you feel, what is it, like calm or peaceful or just like you're winding down or whatever, then you just need to do you. So I do have a heavy emphasis on getting outdoors, but I do say like balance that, like, you know, again, sometimes I've gotten way off social media. Like I barely look at any social media anymore. But I mean, if a binge of Netflix is what you need to do, then you need to do like a binge of Netflix. But try to balance that with getting outdoors. I do talk about that a lot because stuff from the interior just does kind of cloud. But there's nothing wrong here. There's nothing that you're missing. The only thing that could potentially be like a quote unquote blind spot is the fact that you may be feeling a little out of sorts at this time and you just may need a pick me up. And to understand that these things are happening because they're downgrades. No, they're upgrades, but they're downloading and all that. And they could just be making you feel a little bit off. So work with your guides on understanding the ways that you can simplify some of the things that you're trying to accomplish, some of the manifestations you're working on, and just go easy on yourself and give yourself the same aloha spirit that you would want to give to somebody else. That's just as important to treat yourself well. So that is all I have for pile 1. You're looking good, friends. You're looking good. You just need to tune in with your team and get some better instructions on how to do your work right now. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. And I want to thank you all for joining me. And we'll see you again soon in the next reading. Take care. Hello, pile 2s. My pile 2s. You got sour so with the 3 cards on top. So just going back to the general reading at the beginning of this whole thing, there's big changes coming your way. Your guides are trying to reach you and help you simplify any processes that are going on. And you need to spend some time with them to better understand how to better work, how to live more in the flow, or how to be more in the flow of what you're doing and what you're working on. And then in addition to that is this little messages for you on anything else that's in your blind side or anything else that you're missing. So these 3 cards came out as the markers. The first one is Samhain. Spirit, soul work, ghosts return, rise, ancestors, and boo. This is one of my favorite cards in the whole deck that I made. And you also got water, depths, emotions, tears, fears, and heart speak. They want me to look at this side of these. And then you got forward motion. I like to lay them all out here. So, and then the happy cloud card you got is fog. You don't have all the answers yet. Oh, bam. Shamans drum, you got slow. By taking your time, you will enjoy more. And Pleiadian power, you got nothing can stop you now, keep going. And you got New Earth Now, love, light, and healing. So what is happening here? What is in your blind spot? You've got the same, it's very similar. It's a somewhat similar message to pile 1, but not exactly. So you've got an upgrade going on in the water. So in the divine feminine, but it's not causing you more, it's causing you more of the tears and fears and your heart really speaking to you and your depths of emotion coming out. So right now when I'm recording this, or whenever you're listening to this, it doesn't have to be, it's timeless, but there's a light body upgrade going on in the divine feminine, more divine feminine energy coming in. And for you, they're saying too, in addition to that, you still may not have everything you need to move forward with what you're trying to work on. Because it's not, even though you're getting forward motion, it's like it's not time yet for the fog to clear. So kind of like you're being purposely blocked in the, to me, I see this, I don't know, it's just how I see it, but it's coming down through the crown. And then this is kind of like your forehead chakras. There's more than one. It's not just the third eye. But you're being blocked from moving forward, purposely blocked from moving forward on something. And so you may feel like frustrated, like you're telling me that I can move forward, but I don't have everything I need because I'm purposely being blocked from moving forward while I receive these upgrades is kind of what it is. And the upgrades, as they come through, are going to help clear the fog, but it's not happening yet. And so you're being asked to enjoy the process more and to keep going. So don't stop doing anything that you're doing, but know that there's more answers and more information coming that you don't, that almost flew off, that you don't have yet. And so you can't like complete the process because all the data is not there. And even I feel like they're just giving me like a foggy head, like my brain feels foggy, like I don't know what I'm supposed to do next. So you're on the right path. You're on the right path. Don't give your power away by thinking that something's wrong, because nothing's wrong. Just keep going. Know that the answers are going to come. You're going to get what you need to move forward. But in the meantime, you're in this space of like New Earth Now, like getting these downloads, light body upgrades, and you've just got to sit with that for a little bit. And other things that are coming up, you're going to have like old stuff, don't look at me, old stuff resurfacing that you might have to deal with. Some more soul work. Ghost return could be like literal, like people from your past. It could be, you know, ancestor. You could be getting like visitation from passed on loved ones, wanting to do, you know, forgiveness work with you. It's like, it's like forward motion, but it's forward motion in your awakening process right now and not so much towards your manifestations, but they haven't gone anywhere. So don't like block them by thinking there's anything wrong. They're still there, they're fine, but you just don't have everything you need yet to move forward. So just slow down. It's all you can do. Like, you have to live your life anyway, right? You're not going anywhere. So you might as well just slow down, enjoy the process, let yourself, have some fun. I'm recording this during the holiday season, December, for us in the north. And, it's holiday season. Oh, never mind. It's everywhere, but just know that everything's fine, basically. Everything's fine. Just relax. Just enjoy yourself as best you can. Know that when the time for you to really move forward is here, you'll know. Your brain won't feel foggy anymore, because I feel like as I pick up this card again, it's like the brain fog kind of goes away. So I don't feel like it's a very long process. Let's see, what have we got here? 4 and 9. A 3 and a 1 is a 4, and that's a 9. So it looks like it's somewhere between 4 and 9 days. 4 and 9 days from when you listen to this, that you kind of have to wait for the fog to clear as you get these downloads coming through. So 4 to 9 days is not bad. Come on, you can find something to do for 4 to 9 days. Like, work with your guides to understand, like, once I get that green light again, what am I going to need to do that is within my control, that I'm aware of. Maybe there's some pre-work of some things that you do know that you can already get done, so that when you get more answers, you can just more easily move forward without having to make up for lost time. So that's all they want to share with you. Everything's looking good. And I want to thank you for joining me. We'll see you again soon. Take care. Hello, pile 3. You got the or could be roar, roar. You should have already listened to the general reading at the beginning of this show. And if you didn't, I would encourage you to go back and listen to that, because I'm not going to recap it all here. But this reading does build on that. So hopefully you didn't skip ahead. So let me get a drink of water. And we'll show you, we'll get all your cards laid out. So you got row, which is the new moon card. And the R is reinvent yourself. I just have a feeling all these 3 piles are very similar, which is usually the case, but. All right, the happy cloud cards you got are island time, you need to slow down, and heart, love is the answer. The shaman's drum card you got was brave. He who loves, he who fights, he who rides. And the Pleiadian power cards you got are things are speeding up now. And a dream is just a dream until you take action. I swear it's like the same reading for every single. Very slight nuances for each pile. Okay. New moon. So new energy is coming in, hence this reinvent yourself. Dots are being connected as to what you need to do. So things that were previously like hidden from you are now showing up, but they're showing up kind of, the guides are saying, kind of like in a fun way, because you kind of like to, you're the pile that kind of like wants a little bit more adventure with your spiritual journey. I feel like you are the little bit more the advanced along your path pile. Like, okay, this is not your first rodeo in the light body upgrades and working with your guides and all that. And it's kind of like you want a little bit more adventure along the path. And so like signs and synchronicities are showing up for you kind of like randomly in different places, because your guides know that you like to have fun, like connecting the puzzle pieces together. And when I said that, I saw 2, 3, 4 on the, on the counter of this video. So yeah, that you're the kind that likes, like, you like to see like a I don't know what, a bird over here, and then something on your social media over there, and then something in a card reading or something over here, and then, you know, have fun connecting the dots of how they all fit together as to how you're supposed to move forward. Now this is a divine masculine card. He who loves, he who fights, he who rides. And this is all about kind of like the warrior spirit and your power, yes, your power center. Sorry, they're giving me like little gas bubbles in my stomach. Like your power center is upgrading. So like your solar plexus chakra, all those middle, like the door of life chakra. It's not a chakra, it's like an energy center. But yeah, so they're having me speak in like different modalities, which means you're very familiar with and have studied maybe many different like healing and energy work modalities. But that whole area, like your lower dantian, your solar plexus, your Mingmen energy center, like, so this is a lot of what we do when we do like Qigong. All of those areas are kind of getting an upgrade. So with love as the answer and island time, you need to slow down. These are things you already know as well. You already are in your heart space. You already know that doing what you love is the answer to all these things. The slowing down, you don't like to hear that, but you'll do it because you know that when you do, it only brings more blessings and more opportunities. So you've learned how to work with the flow of your own energy, so to speak. And because you feel more powerful in your body. So you're very balanced with your upper chakras and your lower chakras, to where an upgrade is like no big deal to you now. Like you may feel it in your body, like, man, I feel a little bit tired today. I probably need to like take a rest day. That's okay though. I know that's fine. I know that when things start speeding up for me again, all I have to do is take action on my dreams. So this seems like you guys are very evolved in terms of understanding how energy works for you. So as to the title of this, like these piles was kind of like, what's hidden from you? What are you not seeing? They're saying in this case, there's really nothing hidden from you. You kind of like are the ones that just like to watch these pick of cards because they're fun, or they help you relax or whatever, or you like the reader or whatever, and you just want to like hang out in the community space and, you know, vibe off of everybody's energy, because it's like a fun, feel-good space or whatever. It's like not so much, there may be things that you glean or learn from somebody, and that's kind of like why you're there. Like it's like you're sharing energy multidimensionally with the people that are part of this pile. So yeah, I get like very advanced, old souls. You've been working on yourself for quite a while. You're very familiar with the like, oh, here we go again. Here comes an upgrade. I know what I need to do. And you're more about, you're those people that kind of sometimes come to the comments and are like, for anyone reading this, I hope you have a magical, beautiful day. You know, spreading your love light around, whether it be like somebody that does that in the comments, or whether you're I have a lot of fellow, you know, readers and healers watching and listening to the show. So maybe you're a fellow reader or healer, and you're here to support, because we're here to support each other, right? There's no more of this like, I'm only out for myself. I mean, we're unity consciousness in all these probably in all these groups, but this group 3 more so, like we're unity consciousness. We're here to support each other, even if it's energetically like showing up and hitting a thumbs up because you know that's good karma, or subscribing to the channel, because you know that that helps out the other person just as it helps you out. Like, you understand, oh, somebody chose there. You understand the karma of and the reciprocity behind your actions. And oh my God, my whole body's filled with chills. That's my confirmation. The chills and tears. So you understand the ramifications of your actions, so to speak, and how karma works, and how spreading love and good cheer for all to hear. What is that, an elf? Like singing loud for all to hear. I forgot now, but anyway. Oh, you just have that understanding. And so thanks for coming and listening to pile 3, because I need more of you guys. I need more of you guys too. So that's really fun. So I get a really good fun vibe off of my group 3 here. And I'm really excited and happy and that you're joining me for the fun. And they're asking me to pick a final card for you guys, which I didn't have to do. Let's see what they want to say. They have like one special message for you guys, because they're saying nothing's perfect. Oh, what is this? Oh, well, of course, Earth Angel. Noah dug down deep into her heart and sent pink and gold light and love to all sentient beings, for love can truly heal all that is. And okay, I'm going to get emotional. So because you guys are sending divine love through your heart. So it's almost like you're doing this as you're reading this. So you're so advanced now that when you see something like this, that your heart automatically starts sending out love and light. And as an earth angel, I mean, that's ultimately what you're here to do, is help raise the vibration of the planet. And when I get tears, it's usually when I'm receiving someone, I'm getting divine love, like someone sending it, guides or angels or people or whatever. So love can truly heal all it is. It's like you've figured out, quote unquote, the secret. It's not manifesting things. I mean, that kind of could be one, I guess, but it's that love and peace, all that stuff, all that ooey gooey stuff is really the truth. Like, that's all there is. And you're here to spread that. And if there's any secret, if there's anything hidden from you, what was revealed was this secret, that's all there is. And you know it. And this is just reinforcing that. And we're just here in this pile 3 to spread the multi-dimensional good vibes with each other, which is why we're here. That was the purpose of pile 3, for you to come and know that you're getting a kudos and a pat on the back from your team, from the, I call it bringers of the light, but from the light councils or the starseed light councils, whoever you work with, for a job well done, is because you've figured it out. Not that there's nothing left to learn. Certainly there's more lessons to come, because why else did you come to this planet but to learn lessons and spread your beautiful soul signature around everybody else to raise the vibe. But you've learned the big secrets. You've learned the big secrets, and now you just get to enjoy the fruits of your labors. So thank you so much for joining me, my pile 3s. And I will see you all again soon. That is all we have to share. Take care, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.